I'm seeing a real shift back toward interiors at spaces in general that have real ambiance, that are unique, that have color, that have a sense of place in a way that we haven't seen in quite a while, where everything was, say, mid-century modern, or recently boho has been a big trend. And I think people are starting to get really tired of seeing these overarching design themes. And we're starting to see a real shift back to individuality, people bringing in things from their past, from their present. They're not so worried about, well, what's cool or what am I seeing everywhere now. It's more about what matters to me. I'm seeing a lot more ambiance coming into spaces. Even in architecture, I'm seeing that there's a shift toward things having more individuality instead of, okay, I'm always going to see an iron window. I'm going to see, these 5 things are going to make up what is going to be a new build somewhere. There's a lot more thought, a lot more detail, a lot more personal inspiration that's coming in and really making people, I think, feel comforted. And I think especially in the times that we've been dealing with in the last several years, that sort of comfort, going back to cocooning almost of the early aughts, we're seeing a lot of resurgence of that again. Actually seeing an interesting emergence of references to 18th and 19th century architecture, almost the grand tour. A lot of wallpapers are coming out with architectural details, stonework, coffered ceilings that are all wallpapers, so that you can add that sort of whimsy in a way that you're not committed to with a big design budget. It's changeable, but you kind of bring in this sense of history in the now, and it's a fun way of reinterpreting. 2 things, jewel tones, and all sort of variations thereof. And I'm also seeing soft, very ambient sort of colors as well. And in my own jobs recently, I've been using mauve, I've been using lavender, and some teals. It's almost a little bit of an 80s palette, but used in a new way. And again, it's just about creating an atmosphere, and creating an ambiance. And usually that color is going on the ceilings, on the walls, and in the fabrics that we're using and the materials we're using, and lots of layering thereof. It's a tiny trend, and I'm seeing it much more in the fashion industry, and it's starting to hit our industry, using recycled materials to make new materials. Reusing sunbrella fabrics, re-dyeing them, reweaving them, make them into new fabrics. And I think it's really critical in our industry, because there is so much production, so much manufacturing, to be able to recycle, reuse, find new ways to use old materials, reusing plastics. And I think that we're starting to see a glimmer of that in fibers and other things that's really going to take off in a big way, and people are going to be very aware.